Hey Vsauce, Michael here. Or should I say, hey everyone, your name here. Ever found yourself staring blankly at someone while your brain desperately tries to assemble a sentence? We've all been there, stuck in that conversational limbo where crickets chirp louder than our social skills. These awkward silences can pop up anywhere: networking events, first dates, even just trying to strike up a conversation with someone new. It's like the air gets sucked out of the room, leaving behind this weird tension that nobody asked for. But what if I told you there are ways to not just survive these silences, but actually prevent them from happening in the first place? It felt like there was some secret code to human interaction that everyone else seemed to know except me. But then I realized something. Conversations aren't about memorizing scripts or forcing witty banter. It's about connection. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of effortless conversations? Let's dive in. Our first secret weapon against awkward silences is simpler than you might think. Embrace the awkwardness. It might sound counterintuitive, but sometimes the best way to break the ice is to acknowledge that it's there in the first place. Yeah, you heard me right. Embrace it, don't fight it. Instead of trying to pretend it's not there, acknowledge the elephant in the room, or in this case, the silence in the room. This can actually make the situation feel less tense and more manageable. Let's say you're both standing in a ridiculously long line at the coffee shop. The wait seems endless, and the silence is deafening. Instead of nervously checking your phone, try commenting on the situation. It's a shared experience after all, a simple "wow, this line is epic. I might need a double shot just to get through it." Can work wonders. It's lighthearted and relatable. See, by acknowledging the shared experience, even if it's something slightly negative, you're creating an instant connection. You're both in the same boat, and that can be a powerful bonding moment. You're both in this together, united in your shared caffeine deprivation. This shared struggle can be a great conversation starter, but here's the real kicker: add a dash of vulnerability. This doesn't mean you have to spill your deepest secrets. Vulnerability doesn't mean spilling your deepest secrets to a stranger. It's about showing that you're human, just like them. It's about showing that you're human just like them. It's about being real and authentic. So, after your comment about the coffee line, you could add something like, "I'm not a morning person, so this is really testing my limits." This makes you relatable and approachable. By sharing a small, relatable weakness, you're opening the door for the other person to do the same. It's a subtle invitation for them to share a bit about themselves. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how sharing a little bit about yourself makes people more likely to open up in return? It's a natural human response. It's like a social exchange. When you give a little, you often get a little in return. When you show vulnerability, you're signaling that it's safe for them to let down their guard too. It creates a space of mutual trust. And suddenly, that awkward silence transforms into a conversation starter. What was once a moment of discomfort becomes an opportunity for connection. Our next conversation hack might seem a little strange at first, but stick with me because it's backed by some fascinating psychology. It's called the mirroring effect, and it's all about subtly mimicking the other person's body language and expressions. Now, before you start practicing your best parrot impression, let me clarify, we're not talking about blatant, over-the-top copying. The key here is subtlety. If they lean in while talking, subtly lean in too. If they use a lot of hand gestures, incorporate a few more into your own body language. Why does this work? Well, our brains are wired to find familiarity comforting. When we see someone mirroring our behavior, it subconsciously signals that we're on the same wavelength. It creates a sense of rapport and connection even if we're not consciously aware of it. But mirroring is just the first step. Once you've established that subtle connection, it's time to build on it with, you guessed it, a well-placed question. And here's where observation becomes your secret weapon. While you're mirroring their body language, pay attention to the little details they reveal. Are they wearing a band t-shirt? Maybe ask them about their favorite music. Did they mention grabbing lunch? Inquire about their favorite restaurant in the area. The key is to find a piece of shared common ground and use it as a springboard for further conversation. This technique not only helps in making the conversation flow naturally, but also makes the other person feel valued and understood. When you show genuine interest in their experiences and opinions, it deepens the connection. So, next time you're in a conversation, remember to mirror subtly, observe keenly, and ask thoughtful questions. These small steps can lead to meaningful and lasting connections. Sometimes the best way to break free from conversational monotony is to throw a curveball. A thought-provoking, out-of-the-blue question that completely derails the predictable. These unexpected questions can breathe new life into a conversation, making it more engaging and memorable for everyone involved. I call this the derailment delight, and it's all about snapping people out of autopilot and into a more engaged state of mind. It's a technique that can transform a dull interaction into a vibrant exchange of ideas and stories. Imagine you're stuck in a conversation that feels like it's going nowhere. The energy is low, and it seems like everyone is just going through the motions. The usual small talk is starting to feel more like a chore than a conversation. You can sense the boredom setting in and you know something needs to change. This is your cue to shake things up. It's the perfect moment to introduce an unexpected element that can reignite interest and enthusiasm. Instead of asking about the weather for the 100th time, try something like, if you could have any superpower for a day, what would it be and why? This kind of question can catch people off guard in the best way possible. Now this might seem completely random, but that's the point. The randomness is what makes it intriguing and fun. The unexpected nature of the question is what makes it so effective. It forces people to think outside the box and engage their imagination. It jolts the other person out of their conversational comfort zone and forces them to think creatively. This shift can lead to more meaningful and enjoyable interactions. But the real magic happens when you follow up on their answer. This shows that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. Let's say they choose the power of teleportation. This opens up a whole new avenue for conversation. Instead of just nodding and saying, cool, dig a little deeper. Ask them why they chose that power and what they would do with it. You could ask, that's awesome. Where's the first place you'd teleport to? This can reveal a lot about their interests and dreams. Their answer will likely reveal something interesting about their personality or aspirations. It can lead to a deeper understanding and connection. And here's where you can really solidify the connection. Share your own response to the question. This mutual exchange can create a bond and make the conversation more memorable. By sharing a bit of yourself, you're showing that you're genuinely interested in the conversation and creating a space for deeper connection. This approach not only makes conversations more enjoyable, but also fosters a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. They say laughter is the best medicine, but did you know it's also a potent antidote to awkward silences? Humor has this incredible ability to break down walls and create instant connections. When we laugh together, our brains release endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that make us feel happy and connected. But before you start practicing your stand-up routine, let's be clear. Humor in conversations is not about forcing jokes or trying to be someone you're not. It's about finding the humor in everyday situations and using it to lighten the mood. One of the best ways to do this is to develop a playful sense of self-awareness. Did you accidentally spill your coffee? Instead of cringing in embarrassment, try laughing it off with a comment like, well, there goes my attempt at adulting for today. The key is to not take yourself too seriously. When you can laugh at yourself, you're signaling to others that it's okay to relax and be themselves around you. Another effective humor technique is observational comedy. Pay attention to the absurdities of everyday life and point them out in a lighthearted way. The key to using humor effectively is to be genuine and appropriate. Avoid making jokes at someone else's expense, as this can quickly backfire and create awkwardness instead of alleviating it. Our final conversation secret is so simple yet incredibly powerful. Use people's names. Think about it. What's the one word you always perk up to, even in a crowded room? Your own name. It's music to our ears, a verbal affirmation of our existence. Using someone's name in conversation immediately grabs their attention and makes them feel seen and acknowledged. It shows that you're not just talking at them, but that you're actually engaged in a conversation with them. But the power of names goes beyond simply remembering them. It's about consciously incorporating them into your interactions. For example, instead of saying, that's a great point, try, I completely agree with you, Sarah, that's a fantastic point. See the difference? The simple act of adding their name adds a layer of personalization and warmth to the conversation. And here's a pro tip. Using someone's name can even be disarming in potentially tense situations. By using their name, you're acknowledging their perspective and showing respect, even if you don't agree with them. It's a subtle shift in language, but it can make a world of difference in maintaining a positive and productive conversation. So there you have it. 5 secrets to unlock effortless conversations and banish those awkward silences to the shadow realm. Remember, the key is to be genuine, observant, and willing to step outside your comfort zone. Now, I know it can be overwhelming to try and implement all of these techniques at once. So here's my challenge to you. Choose one strategy that resonates with you and commit to using it consistently over the next 3 days. Pay attention to how people respond and how it makes you feel. And most importantly, have fun with it. Conversations are about connecting, learning, and sharing experiences. So go out there, embrace the art of conversation, and watch as those awkward silences transform into meaningful connections.